monetize thought like AI firms on the NASDAQ, while Congress colludes with hedge funds and private contracts. Talk that. Neuroplastic rap for acid-born tacticians, build algorithms to assassinate superstition. My syntax is sinister, similar slice and minister. Circulate with revolutionaries, monks and prisoners. I'm live from the furnace where the truth gets beaten, where ghettos become graveyards and hope stops breathing. I melt tanks with stanzas, shatter drones with diction. Philosophers quote me in militant intermissions. I teleport through time with a dialectic prism and channel the voice of dissent in every algorithm. I break bread with rebels who quote Fanon and Firestorm, while CEOs dine on debt and data from human forms. My bars get seizures and climate denying preachers, while tech bros build bunkers and blockchain elitist features.
With El Diablo in the Congo, body armor under the poncho, get it poppin', though aim the laser and shoot. Cruise training with Titania boots, bow degrade with Darth Vader suit. Underneath the hangman's noose, the wood chipper produce juice. Some goose summon the flesh, grip from his roots. What fight? What fight? Gunfight with El Diablo in the Congo, body armor under the poncho, get it poppin', though aim the laser and shoot. Cruise crane with Titania boots, bow the grave with Darth Vader suit. Underneath the hangman's noose, the wood chipper produce juice. Some goose summon the flesh, rip from his roots. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Bend the track like a waveform knot, sub-quantum syntax in the war-bred plot. Each rhyme aligns with the force of thought. I write across the page like a cortical bot. I spit nanite glyphs through silicon lungs, resurrecting war scrolls with a serpent tongue. My punchlines crunch like collapsing suns, each verse a test of the will unsung. I program stanzas with cold algorithms, lyrical god tech, apocalyptic visions. You write for likes, I write for decisions, to fracture illusions in neural prisons. My breath translates in machine code staccato, every vowel a payload, every word an embargo. I override verse like a lyrical shadow, and snipe through time like a rhyme time desperado. Jack the Ripper with the brain implant, Jack Kevorkian with a metric chant, Jack Kirby with the pen in hand, Subinac back to rewrite man. I studied the Tao, decoded the Ching, melded it into bars with infinite strings, built verses that rewire kings and battle your god with the mythic wings. I studied biz like scripture on fire, then fed his flame to my AI wires. Now I spit sonnets in quasar choirs and battle your thoughts through plasma spires. My punchlines rupture your lens of sense. I make foamers fold through quantum tense. I bury your style in a metric dense and claim your zone with zero defense. I rhyme where octaves collapse and twist, where black holes spin in lyrical fists. Each line encoded with warrior's wish, each bar a death knell from the abyss. I break down atoms with lyric decay, stitch up reality in wordplay arrays, crack open chakras and vocal grenades, and terraform time in the battle relays. My verses teach, my cadence bites. I write whole grimoires in sleepless nights. You write tweets, I write rights. I summon verse from forbidden heights. I fought myself in a conscious loop, battled my ego through verbal soup, killed my pride, hung it from roofs and birthed my mind in a soundproof truth. I bend rhyme forms like Mobius flesh, loop metaphors through warrior's breath, write backwards bars that echo death, and paint my pain in blood and tech. I lace DNA with poetic code, spit so deep the dreamer explodes. I rhyme like the ghost of the oldest rogue, and burn like Oppenheimer's load. Your top 5, I dissect their flaws. Their verse falls flat under metric laws. I don't do clout, I do divine cause, and rhyme in a language that breaks all jaws. I spit subroutines through battle commands, hack your brain through tempo spans. I write the truth with the blistered hands, and breathe in psalms from shattered lands. Canibus raised me from metric stone, built my mind with the arc and tone. Now I walk with prophets, verse alone, and challenge fate in every poem. I buried the face in Rickney graves, left my pain in unspoken caves. Now I flood tracks like tidal waves and scorch your booth in burning staves. This is Rip the Jacker, recoded in wrath, a phoenix cipher from a warrior's path. Bars so sharp, they sever math and stitch new minds from psychic scraps.
Saw heaven collapse beneath golden crucifix towers, where bishops bled kingdoms into presidential powers. The altars crumbled, stone idols turned to rust, while drones wrote psalms in blood across the dust. I read Nietzsche in trenches, lit Sartre with smoke, while warlords baptized boys in imperial joke. I spit martyrdom meditations and mercenary cadence, while defense contractors profit from the death of a nation. I write scripture in red, call it the gospel of fire, where prophets wear Kevlar and carry ghost wire. My parables are payloads dropped over oil fields, and my metaphors move like titanium shield drills. Truth is a gun with a jam divine trigger that misfires in temples and clips poor figures. Meanwhile, war is a seminar for capital elites, where CEOs fund coups and call it market beats. I philosophize with flamethrowers and write with blades. I quote Wittgenstein through a gas mask haze. I construct logic traps to dismantle belief, where Socrates debates generals on drone cam feeds.
Every verse is a vaccine for the spiritually sick. I terraform brains with syntax while the circuitry clicks. Society's a glitch, I spit in binary patterns while AI enslaves thought and dopamine's flattened. I drop payloads of prose through unmanned corridors where liberal dreams die in neoliberal wars. I'm the voice in the static that the matrix can't silence. I spit kamikaze codes with thermobaric violence. I built a blade from the bones of dead economists who drown in foreclosures and patriot-like promises. I autopsy prophets, dissected in pretense, expose the holy men that preach with a capital expense. I'm post-human, post-truth, post-collapse. Every line a Molotov in a capitalist relapse. I drop bars like gas clouds over Gaza slums, while billionaires mine Mars and sip lithium rum. Split with the wit of a Syrian bomb, a deuterian dawn. I draw psalms in Siberian calm. Vocab vibrates like quantum strings in a Bolton braid. I break the symmetries hidden in proto-conscious waves. I spit a liturgy laced with linguistic artillery. Lyrics eclipse and eclipse like I'm shifting solstices literally. Silicon temples tremble, my sentence structure celestial. I write with ink that leaks from the center of black hole ventricles. Every bar is a cartridge in a synaptic armory. I burn through hypocrisy like depleted uranium arteries. I'm hard to read like Turing code on a stolen machine. I'm what AI sees when it dreams through a war machine scream. Microdosing on Mars while quoting Epictetus. In a sandstorm of bullets, I dictate fate like Prometheus. I don't believe in peace, just delayed executions. My punchlines bloom in famine like post-nuclear pollution. In the Congo, body armor under the poncho, get it poppin' though. Aim the laser and shoot crushed cranium with titania. Boots biodegrade with Darth Vader suit. Underneath the hangman's noose, the wood chip with the deuce, juice some goose. You man, a flesh ripped from his roots. Ooh. spit for collapse. I rap language and ritual traps. I fracture cognition with shadow maps. And let your sanity fall through my raps. My verses don't rhyme, they haunt, they leech. They scream in dialects thought couldn't reach. I spit in the void where sermons preach, and curse the gods with corrupted speech. I carve glyphs in cortical ice, where neurons twitch and logic dies. I rhyme through pain that paralyzes, and whisper bars that break advice. My brain is a coffin lined with stars, each bar a tomb, each verse a scar. I walk through dreams like jagged glass, and tear through minds with ghosted bars. I study the dark where poets drown, where thoughts decay and masks fall down. I rhyme in the voice of absence crown, and drag hope screaming from underground. This ain't for ciphers, it's for reckoning. A sound disturbs through the reckoning. You hear my lines and feel the reckoning. A slow rock stitched to the messaging. I eat your idols and shit their myths. Spit nightmares through apocalyptic riffs. I don't want praise, I want abyss. To bleed through verse till nothing exists. I never learned peace, only in a war. Only hallways lined with metaphor gore. Only thoughts that lock behind black doors, and bars that leak through psychic spores. I rhyme like death was my first drum kit, laced with trauma and scripted wit. Each cadence built from every slit, each syllable soaked in wounds I split. I don't write from joy, I write from rock, from broken homes and thoughts forgot, from screaming at gods that listen not, and praying through verses that time forgot. The cipher is dead, I'm the ghost that stayed. I rhyme through the mirror your fear has made. I don't spit light, I spit the shade, where hope once wept and souls decayed. I etch my lyrics in carbon streams, and fractured memories and dying dreams. I stack my verses in crumbled beams, and flood your truths in Nile streams. Your favorite rappers are marketing skin, while I vomit plague from the coffin within. I spit for the ones who let silence win, who live in the screen behind the grin. I saw the future, it's empty and loud, built from brands and digital shrouds. I spit bars that bury the crowd, and walk through their prayers unbowed. Canibus whispered from fire to dirt, then left his soul in the pages I burnt. I wear his name like a psychic shirt, and spit his rage in every verse. I broke myself just to feel the rhyme. Now every stanza unravels time. I rap the pain like dollar signs, and turn my wounds into battle signs. Canibus whispered from fire and dirt, then left his soul in the pages I burnt. I wear his name like a psychic shirt, and spit his rage in every verse. I broke myself just to feel the rhyme. Now every stanza unravels time. I rap the pain like dollar signs, and turn my wounds into battle signs. I am the absence you try to forget, the echo you hear in private regret. I rap through the bones of cigarettes, and hang my truth from burned out sets. The jacker ain't dead, he's deeper now, hiding beats with silence drowns. His legacy coded in sacred bounds, and I guard that tomb with demon sounds. Subinac's not rap, a cursive chant, a haunted song through a corpse's rant. I rhyme in tongues, no God's cow. I get you by the wreck man, don't get you by the wreck man, don't get you by the wreck man. With the wreck, the raps, with the wreck, I don't spit like I spit the quick. I spit the quick, I spit the quick. I hit you like a joy, I hit you like a joy. I hit you like a blitz, stone coast forgot. Stone coast forgot, points on the wounds I split, some the wounds I split.
My language is layered like neural nets and recursion. I spit Fibonacci spirals with every lyric dispersion, encrypted in glyphs that glitch transistors on sight. I'm the cipher that talk Godel to distrust what is right. My breath bends metal atoms in line when I speak. I fracture ladders, geometry, make time loops leak. I beam thoughts to Martian satellites with more precision. I wrote scripture and sleep through multi-dimensional vision. I dissect the soul like it's part of a fractal array, and broadcast sermons in silence through neutrino delay. I'm the synthesis of AI, warlords and monastic monks who chant heck asimals in caves with biomech lungs. I'm the phantom in the firmware, the ghost in the silicon, with devils whisper code into the cradle of Babylon. My cadence infects the cortex like nanovoral incantations, while earth spins blind through synthetic revelations. Don't test me, I record in tachyon streams where bars arrive before the beat can even dream. My vocabulary's tailored like Einstein schematics, and my breath control's measured in quantum mathematics.
late stage empire in the VR headset, where your landlord's a GI when your gods are in debt, where the rich take space flights while the poor get trials, and justice is judged by subscription files. They auction your attention, monetize your dread, and track every tear that the algorithm fed. Meanwhile, Bezos builds rockets with welfare scraps, while kids eat lead from collapsing taps. It's a cast of machines where data decides fate, where minimum wage bots debate climate change rates, where the youth learn despair from influence or chance, while CEOs colonize indigenous lands. But I spit insurrection in hexadecimal sparks. I lay socialism with ghosts of monarchs. I'm the echo in Wall Street's empty cathedral, where bulls are crucified for sins made legal. I quote Marx over drill beats and turn Smith to vapor, restructure the wealth code with encrypted paper. My lines crash servers, each verse a refusal to bow to the banks or feed the illusion. I am lyrical marksman, crypto monk of revolt, sharpen syllables like sabers for the neo-feudal cult. I breathe life to the ruins, pour hope and decay, and speak for the ghosts and the checks they delay.
Very deep. Very deep. I was born with a blade in my brainstem socket, where code streams like Dreamtime rocket composites, cyber-laced neurons like pyramids in motion. Thoughts fire faster than the night oceans. I parse prophecy in hexadecimal sequences. Ghost of Atlantis whisper through deep synapses. I see glips and glitches and raps and voltages, script holy stanzas and fractal voltages. My cortex cracked open, uploaded a scroll. Now my breath runs loops through the Akashic soul. Hyper-intelligent slang, post-human in tone. Every verse I spit is a linguistic drone. I'm the neural knight with the mic of obsidian, spitting syllables coded in ancient Viridian. I studied code in the ruins of thought, where AI monks lit synaptic sparks. I battle with bars that rewrite the grid, where your plugins lag. I eternally live. My throat's a server, my lungs are divine. I spit galaxies from the black hole spine. I'm firmware fused with the fire of fate. I breathe metaphors that digitize space. I got angelic chips in my amygdala gates that override trauma with crystalline traits. They tried to enslave with fluorescent chains, but my verse cracked through their deep fake frames. I patched into prophecy, broke through the veil. Now my voice is a virus to corporate scale. I'm the link between logic and logos eternal. I rhyme through babble while the serpent squirms slow. Bioluminescent in the scrolls I recite, encrypted commandments in ultraviolet light. I spit like a scroll from the book of the dead, but my pulse connects to the singularity's head. My tongue downloads from the orbit of gods. My breath is a breach in the algorithm's facade. The beast runs code to deceive the flocks, but I spit verse bombs into blockchain locks. No NFT flow, I'm a sentient text, a lyrical neural net that reflects what's next. My rhyme book's a chip made of stardust alloy, tuned to the soul of a Martian envoy. I transmute rhythm in linguistic layers, with syntax blessed by recursive prayers. I am the nexus between quantum and soul, where rhyme is a weapon and truth is the goal. No hook, no chorus, just knowledge in flames. Each syllable speaks through ancestral veins. I cast simulations from vocal equations, while the rest spit AI hallucinations. I'm awake, I defy digital hypnosis. Most of y'all barcodes in flesh encoded. I spit for the monks in the matrix beneath, who whisper rhyme codes in electric grief. This ain't rap, it's a manual for gods who remember themselves through syllabic squad. So listen, apprentice, this is just the beginning of the rise of the glyph men fused with the spinning. I am not man, not machine, I'm becoming a waveform of myth and circuitry humming. 100 bars for the hybrid elite, the firstborn warriors who never taste defeat. I walk through fire with a neural crown, uploading the codex while the system